Football, it's a sport that brings nations together, that showcases the pinnacle of athleticism and sportsmanship. But sometimes, the beautiful game turns ugly. Today, we take you back to one of the most infamous matches in World Cup history, a game so chaotic, it's known as the Battle of Santiago. This is the story of how a football match descended into chaos, marked by violence, controversy, and unforgettable moments. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more incredible stories from the world of sports. The 1950s and early 60s were a transformative period for the sport. Post-war Europe saw a resurgence in football's popularity, with legendary clubs like Real Madrid, AC Milan, and Manchester United dominating the European scene. The introduction of the European Cup in 1955, known today as the UEFA Champions League, added a new layer of excitement and competition. National teams were also evolving. Brazil had dazzled the world with their flair and skill, winning the 1958 World Cup in Sweden. Led by a young Pelé, they introduced a style of play that was both beautiful and effective. Meanwhile, European football was characterized by tactical discipline and physicality, with teams like West Germany and Italy playing a more structured and defensive game. But then the year was 1962. The place was Santiago, Chile. The world had gathered for the 7th FIFA World Cup, a tournament filled with hope and excitement. But beneath the surface, tensions were brewing. The host nation, Chile, was still recovering from the devastating Valdivia earthquake of 1960, the most powerful earthquake ever recorded. The country's resilience was on display, but so was a simmering anger and national pride. On June 2, 1962, Chile faced Italy in a group stage match at the Estadio Nacional in Santiago. What was supposed to be a football match quickly turned into a brawl, earning its place in history as the Battle of Santiago. The tension between Chile and Italy had been building long before the teams stepped onto the pitch. Italian journalists had published critical articles about Santiago, describing it as a backwater town with poor infrastructure and high crime rates. These comments deeply offended the Chilean people, setting the stage for a grudge match filled with animosity. From the moment the match began, it was clear that this would be no ordinary game. The air was thick with hostility, and the players were ready for a fight. The referee for the match, Ken Aston, would later describe the game as the most stupid, appalling, disgusting, and disgraceful exhibition of football in the history of the game. Within just 12 seconds of the kickoff, the tone was set. The first foul occurred almost immediately, and from there, things only got worse. The first major incident came in the 12th minute when Giorgio Farini of Italy was sent off for a foul on Chilean player Honorino Landa. Farini refused to leave the pitch, causing a delay as police had to escort him off. But that was just the beginning. The match was punctuated by brutal fouls, punches, kicks, and blatant acts of aggression. One of the most shocking moments came when Chilean player Lionel Sanchez punched Italian player Mario David in the face, breaking his nose. Aston, the referee, did not see the incident, so no immediate action was taken. In retaliation, Mario David kicked Sanchez in the head a few minutes later, earning himself a red card. With Italy now down to 9 men, the match continued to spiral out of control. The violence wasn't just limited to the players. The crowd was equally hostile, hurling insults and objects onto the pitch. One of the most iconic images from the Battle of Santiago is that of police officers entering the field multiple times to break up fights and restore some semblance of order. The referee, Ken Aston, had a nearly impossible task. His decisions were scrutinized, and his authority was constantly challenged. Despite the chaos, there were brief moments of football. Chile managed to score 2 goals, securing a 2-0 victory. The goals, however, were almost overshadowed by the relentless brutality that defined the match. Ken Aston's handling of the match later influenced the introduction of yellow and red cards in football, a system designed to provide referees with clearer methods of maintaining discipline on the field. The Battle of Santiago left an indelible mark on World Cup history. It highlighted the need for stricter regulations and better officiating in international football. The match was broadcast worldwide, shocking audiences and bringing attention to the darker side of the sport. For Chile, the victory was bittersweet. While they advanced to the quarterfinals, the match cast a shadow over their World Cup campaign. Italy, on the other hand, faced severe criticism and returned home in disgrace. The 1962 World Cup continued, but the Battle of Santiago remained its most talked about match. The legacy of this infamous game lives on as a cautionary tale about what can happen when football turns violent. It serves as a reminder of the passion and intensity that can sometimes boil over in the heat of competition. It was one of the craziest football matches ever played. It was a game where the rulebook was thrown out the window and survival instincts took over. It's a match that football purists may wish to forget, but history will never allow it. The Battle of Santiago is a stark reminder that while football can unite, it can also divide, revealing the raw emotions and deep-seated tensions that lie beneath the surface. And that's why the Battle of Santiago is more than just a match. It's a pivotal moment in football history, a spectacle of chaos and controversy that still captivates us today. Thank you for joining us on this journey through one of the most infamous games ever played. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about the incredible stories from the world of sports, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell. We'll see you next time.